Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's March 8th, 2012, Thursday morning, and we've got some good news out here this morning. We'll start with export sales. Soybean export sales was 1.65 million metric tons. The trade was expecting anywhere from 400 to 700. 630 of that was new crop sales, and China was a buyer of about 490 old crop and about 465,000 tons of new crop. The rest of the purchases were made from various countries around the world. So when you look at that alone, it's suggesting that these countries that may be buying out of South America have come to the U.S. Mainly because of the lack of being able to get those crops and get that soybean production out of there. In corn sales, they were kind of at the low end of the range there. 500 to 700,000 was the estimate. Came in at 505. The wheat, 300 to 500, was at above the estimate there at 578. When you look at the soybean numbers, however, you've got a reason now why we've seen so much strength in these old crop beans, because of the purchasing that we've seen, the demand that we've seen coming out of the U.S. So remember that this is old sales, and it is already in the market. So don't expect too much follow-through because of the good news here today. However, some of the positive news is coming out of Greece. The thought now is that they will find enough of the default or the swap traders that were involved in the buy down of this, or the cut back on the default or the swaps, that they will find enough supporters there, and Greece will not default. So that's the talk this morning. It's causing world stock markets to trade higher. It's causing some weakness in the dollar here early. Crude oil and gold are also higher, and that should provide some support to the grain markets and agricultural markets here this morning. However, we did see a bounce overnight in the grains, and with the selling pressure that we've seen, we do have a USDA report on Friday, or tomorrow morning, that still is a concern to many traders what the USDA is going to do with ending stocks, especially in corn. Most of the trades looking for only a 16 million bushel reduction is what the average is, but it seems like we're still trading at a much higher price than only a 16 million bushel reduction. The South American production is also going to be watched very closely tomorrow morning. What's the USDA going to do with those numbers? So stay tuned to Allendale's research on that, and we'll keep you informed, and I'll be updating everybody here on YouTube tomorrow morning shortly after the report. Weather conditions kind of taking a back seat here as we transition from South American weather to North American weather. How soon we're going to get the crop in the ground is a big concern. We've heard from producers yesterday in Louisiana that's done planting corn. Also had reports yesterday across southern Illinois, central Illinois, and Indiana. Farmers are in the field doing field work already. Even had one customer tell me that if conditions stay like they are today, he will start planting in central Illinois on by the end of next week. So that'd be one of the earliest times that he's been planting corn. So it's the producers are getting anxious to get out there. The weather is certainly right, and there will be some corn planted here very shortly if they don't get too much rain to keep them out here in the next 10 days or so. The livestock markets, cash cattle traded late on Tuesday and yesterday, some at 126 to 127. That was down anywhere from $3 to $4 from a week ago. Cutout values had stabilized some. We had choice beef down 15, select was up 33, and the futures market under a lot of pressure here, I think mainly because of fund selling. We've seen the selling come in on Tuesday and more selling yesterday. We've got a little bounce going right now in the cattle trade. Expect that at this time, any kind of rallies probably will be met with some selling pressure here as we consolidate and try to find a bottom in these livestock markets. The outlook still, in our mind, still is positive as we move through the summer months and into the fall. But because of the lack of demand in product, it's not surprising to get this kind of volatility in the cash trade and in the futures during this period of time. In the pork complex, cutout values there were slightly higher. Cash markets steady to a little lower today. Futures starting out slightly better at this time. They were on both sides of the market here overnight, and think that all the livestock markets as well as the grains could get some kind of a short covering bounce here today, and especially ahead of the USDA supply-demand reports tomorrow morning. So stay in touch with Allendale's research. We'll keep you informed. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call here at 800-262-7538 or call our branch offices there, and you can find those addresses and numbers just by going to our website. So we wish everybody a very successful trading day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.